£9,700. That's how much money I made in August. Hi guys, my name's Simon. I'm a 7-figure Amazon seller in the UK, and I do these driving vlogs every week where I talk about my Amazon business, the state of Amazon, everything to do with Amazon and business, and kind of give you an update on my Amazon progress, what's going on, and how I'm doing. So last month, guys, £9,700. Now, sounds like a big figure. I need to be obviously not honest here, but I just say, obviously clarify, sorry, that basically that is gross profit. So we need to factor in some expenses, but still, I wanted to hit that £10,000 mark. I was really close to hitting it. Didn't quite get there, but hopefully it should be there this month. But for August, 9,700, really awesome. I've got a video coming out where I'm going to break down all my expenses and give you an idea of exactly how much money I made. I'm essentially pretty sure it comes to around £7,000 profit. That'd be net profit, of course, after my expenses, things like that. But stay tuned for that video, which will be out in the next few days, where I actually do that breakdown. So really good month, guys. And honestly, this month as well, September, we're on the 7th now, is absolutely smashing. I'm on £2,500 gross profit right now, which is really nice. I had a really strong start to the month. It slowed down a little bit, but I've just had a really good product which I've been sitting on now for about 2 or 3 months, just come back in, maybe only about 2 months actually. And now it's starting to sell as well. I'm making £35 profit per unit on those. Really nice ROI as well. So they're coming in now, and that should really boost my profits. I've got about 50 of those items. So that's going to be a decent amount of profit added, coming in this month as well. So it's been a really good start to the month. As I say, I can't complain about £2,500. That literally puts us bang on pretty much for 10,000 profit this month. And once I start hitting those 10,000 profit months again, for you who don't know, I kind of slowed Amazon down earlier in the year, and I've been trying to put it back up again to 10,000 a month. I'm going to go for those £15,000, £20,000 months and go from there basically. So really happy with the progress on Amazon so far, and everything's going pretty well. Now, one of the things I want to talk about this sort of in this vlog was the current state of Amazon and kind of where we are right now. Now, there's a lot of things going on in Amazon, it seems like, and it's a bit, not necessarily the most positive right now. But I want to give you my opinion on it. I think of what I think of Amazon right now, what I think could change, and essentially how I think Amazon is going to be in the future. So I'll be honest, the state of Amazon right now isn't the best. I'll be honest, from a point of view of there's obviously many things you can deal with in Amazon, but within the state of ungating right now, it's an absolute nightmare in Amazon. So ungating, for those that don't know, anyone who's new to Amazon, essentially that ungating essentially means asking Amazon's permission to sell a certain brand. So if you want to sell Nike, for example, or Nike, you need to send them an invoice for 10 units. This invoice can be from someone at Sports Direct or anywhere that gives you an invoice. And you submit that to them, and then they either approve or reject it. Now, unfortunately, right now, they're pretty much rejecting most invoices. And you have to try 10, 20, 30, 40, sometimes even 50 times before they'll get the approval through. I don't know exactly why this is. I think it's the VAs that work for Amazon are just just rejecting everything. That's what I think is happening right now. I've heard other rumors that I can't really go into around what's going on at Amazon. But pretty much I think that's the main issue right now, is that the VAs are essentially realizing that they can do their job, they can click no to everything, keep their job, still get a pat on the back, maybe even get bonuses and stuff like that for good performance, because they're, it's much quicker to say no to someone than it is to read through an application and click yes. But I think that's what's happening right now. So so that's the downside, I suppose. The negative thing on Amazon right now is that this ungating process right now is really tough. It's tough for me as an Amazon seller who's been doing it for 3 years. It's and there are certain brands that are particularly very hard to ungate these days. Other brands are okay. Like I managed to get Tommy Hilfiger ungated first time, but I'm trying to do things like Michael Kors, and that's just not. I've literally tried like 20 times now. So, and I'm still not ungated. So it's just certain brands. But the good news is, the rumors are that things are changing. There's a big shift happening in the ungating space happening with Amazon. So if you are someone who's new to Amazon or just starting out or thinking of getting into Amazon, don't let this put you off. I think Amazon's still an amazing business model, and and is sometimes you do get a bit of doom and gloom, and I've definitely had this as well with Amazon because I'm so invested in Amazon. I must apologise. I had a sort of a mentorship discovery call with someone recently, and this person's kind of brand new to Amazon, hasn't sold their first item yet, and I kind of said to them, I was a little bit doom and gloom. I'm normally a very positive person, but I was like, oh, it's real tough right now. So I actually said to this person, I'm like, I don't think mentorship's right for you right now. Let's get you through this kind of like first sort of 3 months of pain of your Amazon account before we consider the mentorship. Because I didn't feel comfortable taking this person's money for mentorship when they're so new, when the ungating system right now is a little bit iffy. It's very hard for new sellers. So, and just to give you a little bit of a pretext here, during that kind of first 3 months of your account being open and when you first start selling items, essentially almost in like a test period with Amazon, essentially. That's how it works. So Amazon's just a little bit stricter on the ungating. They're a little bit stricter on what categories you can sell, what brands you can sell, and it does become quite tough in that kind of first 3 months. Once you're kind of proving yourself to Amazon, it's kind of like that first 3 months, first sort of 50 to 100 sales. Things get a little bit easier from that point, but that first initial period is really tough. And I kind of said to this person, I was a little bit negative on that call, and I apologised for that actually, because I was like, and I'm so normally very positive, but I was just a little bit down that day, I suppose, around the whole ungating thing. But the more I've thought about it now, the more I spoke to people, the more I realised that actually, you know what, things are going to get better. And things in Amazon and everything, they go through these cycles. You go through these really tough periods, you go through these easy periods, and they go through cycles. So, and obviously things are coming, there's a change coming to Amazon as well with the ungating process. So, Amazon are clamping down a little bit and being a little bit stricter. This isn't necessarily a bad thing, to be fair. So, it makes the platform safer for everyone. And if it adds a small little barrier that everyone can't jump in a way, that's kind of a good thing. It means there's a little bit more of friction to actually do Amazon, which what's the phrase? What's the word? It basically just gets rid of the people that are just casual and not necessarily looking to do this, and do this properly, if that makes sense. So, I think overall I'm pretty still positive about Amazon. There's a lot of, say, good changes coming along, which are really good. We have lost a few good brands recently, and I think this is, just before this call, a few of these things happened. Like, we've lost Clinique, which is a really nice brand, actually. I'm really disappointed we lost that brand, but it is what it is. You lose a brand, it might come back in the future. There's another brand, CeraVe, as well, that's been hard-gated as well. So, and again, for those that you don't know, hard-gated means essentially that no one can sell that brand. So, Amazon have decided no one can sell CeraVe, no one can sell Clinique. Only they can, and the brand themselves. So, but there's millions of brands we can sell on Amazon. So, it's not like a huge deal, really. But yeah, it's just one of those ones where, Amazon just getting a little bit stricter, and I think overall it's going to be fine. It's going to be positive. It's going to be a positive change for their platform and everyone. And I think the big thing that I'd like is just to have some clarity from Amazon on what's going on. That would be the best thing, is to have some actual feedback from Amazon. If there's a big shift in ungating, which there has been in the past 2 or 3 months where they've clamped down massively, it's nice to just get some feedback from them and say, look, guys, we're clamping down on ungating now. This is why, blah, 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 all this kind of stuff, essentially. So that would be, be nice to have from Amazon, is to actually have some feedback from them. It is what it is. So I think overall Amazon is still the best business to get started in. It is a life-changing business for people. There's no other business out there I know where you can start pretty much straight away making money and basically make crazy amounts of money. I'm making pretty much 10,000 a month gross profit, call it 7,500, maybe 7,000 net profit. And to be honest, last month I barely paid attention to Amazon. I'll be honest, it was a bit of a chill month for me. So, obviously I had the stock in from previous times, and I may suffer in the future as well when it comes to that. So, I would say that this morning I spent, I bought 3 items in a kind of new category that I'm testing out, and that was costing me around £1,500. And it was £1,500 essentially, give or take. It's about £750 profit, and it's about 48% ROI, if my sums are correct. So, pretty much there. And I managed to squeeze those orders in this morning. And then I went out for a walk. I woke up this morning. I saw it was a beautiful day out. This is probably one of the last few days of summer we're going to get. It's such a stunning day today. Thought I'd go for a walk. Came home, put some orders in, made £750. Obviously, theoretically, obviously I've not sold them yet on the listing. And actually, when I get home, I might order some more. To be fair, I was just thinking now I need to I should have bought maybe 5 or 6 units. I'm testing out a new category. I want to see how it goes. I don't want to, and this is what I do when I'm in a category that I know very well, like perfumes, aftershaves, gift sets. I'll go really deep on items. When I'm testing out a new category, I'm a little bit more cautious, see how things go, things like that. So, I've cautiously entered this category. I might regret it. I might not regret not ordering 50 units, but I might be happy I only bought 3. Depends how it goes, really. So I'm pretty sure it'll be absolutely fine, to be fair. At those kind of ROIs and profit margins, I probably should be ordering 10, 20, 30 units. And when I get home, if it's still available, I probably will do. But, wow. Someone just literally pulled out right in front of me there, and you heard me hoot, because that was just absolutely insane. That was crazy, literally. Oh my god, that was a very busy and a lot of stuff going on there in that junction there, and the guy literally just pulled out in front of me. And then, anyway, is what it is. So anyway, so yeah, Amazon overall really good. Like I said, this morning just casually found a lead and £750 profit. And yeah, now I've actually brought my laptop with me, so when I go to my parents' house, which is where I'm driving now, I will probably order some more, to be fair. So this person here, got no idea what they're doing, absolutely no idea. But yeah. Anyway, so yeah, that's maybe I'll I've got a dash cam. Maybe I'll show it up. Put it on the vlog. Who knows? Yeah. So look, overall, I'm actually, despite the fact there's a few small changes happening on Amazon and things like that, and it is definitely tougher for new Amazon sellers. I'm feeling pretty bullish on Amazon right now, and I think actually having a little bit stricter Amazon is a good thing overall. So yeah. And as I maybe alluded to earlier, I decided, and I only announced this, by the way, in my last vlog. So only announced this in my last vlog, which I don't know how, at the time I last checked, I had 200 views. Maybe it's got 300 views now, I'm not sure. I mentioned that I was going to do mentoring. After much thinking and planning and stuff, I decided, you know what, I'm going to do mentoring, because for multiple different reasons, but essentially the main one was obviously I enjoy helping people. The second one being I speak to people every day on my free calls that I do with people, and the amount of people that are paying for mentoring out there, and that they're rubbish, is insane. In fact, I think that there's only one mentoring program now that I know of that's actually good, and I know of about 10 that are absolutely terrible. So I'm not going to say names on who they are, but I think there's only one that I know that's really good, like a mentoring program. I know there's a few people who do like just hourly calls, and they're fine. But yeah, anyway, so I see all these people that come to me, they say I've done mentoring, I've paid £1,500 to this person, I paid £3,500 to this person, I paid £500 to this person, and they got nothing out of it. And it got to the point where I was like, you know what? Firstly, it shows that people are willing to pay for mentoring, which I kind of already knew anyway. And secondly, it just obviously shows you that the market's so soft and people are getting ripped off as well, that I kind of had to step in and basically help people properly, essentially. So yeah, and actually, I mean, I can't say too more on it now, but there's some exciting news around that. I can't announce that right now, but yeah, the program's going to be freaking amazing, and yeah, it's going to be absolutely amazing, honestly. So if you are interested in that, there's a link in the description. Reach out to me. We'll do a discovery call, or we'll chat, and we'll see if you're a right fit for it, basically. I've already, like I said, I announced it only in that vlog. I've not put it in my Discord community. I've not mentioned it anywhere else. This is the second time I've mentioned it, essentially, in another vlog. But I had about 8 or 9 people inquire with me just from that vlog. Just shows you, obviously, that people are obviously resonating with me, and which is fantastic, to be fair. And, that people are interested and want to improve themselves and improve Amazon, and grow their businesses, which is something I can help with. But obviously we need to have the discovery call, because I've actually turned down 3 people so far. I've turned down 3 people, and I'm honest with you guys here. I'm purely honest. One, and I'm going to tell you exactly why. So one was a brand new person, and they might comment below just to confirm this, I suppose, as well. So I'm not going to just take anyone's money. I have to. Hopefully you guys know by now. I'm legit. I'm honest. I run my life with integrity, and that's the most important thing to me. While yes, I am here to try to make money and run a business and be successful. I already am successful, to be fair. My integrity means more to me than money. So, and just to kind of give you an idea as well of what I'm looking for, why I've turned these people down, I suppose, for the mentoring. So one person was, like I said, they were brand new to Amazon, and while I was a little bit negative on that one, I just felt like someone who was brand new to Amazon, I felt like paying all that money for mentoring when they're brand new, without even having sold their first item. I just felt like they wouldn't get the best value out of it. And to be fair, they really appreciated my honesty on that one. I said, you know what, I could take your money, but I genuinely feel like, and I gave them some free advice. And I said, look, do this now, and then revisit. And then we'll revisit in 3 months or 6 months. But basically, when they were brand new, I was like, you know what, I feel like now is not the right time to get mentorship. I feel like I'll do some free calls with you, I'll help you for free. Let's get you through that kind of pain period of 3 months in Amazon, and then we can revisit it again. So that was the first person. The second person came to me who was already making 10,000 profit a month on Amazon. And I kind of was saying, like, I might be able to teach you a few things, and maybe you could teach me a few things as well, to be fair. But I'm doing 10,000 a month, so I don't feel like I'm necessarily in a position to do a full-on mentorship program for someone who's doing the same numbers as me, pretty much. So again, I said to him, I don't again think a full-on mentorship's correct. I said, hey, if you want to book a 1 hour call with me, which I don't normally do, by the way, I don't really do 1 hour paid calls. It's either you get a free call with me, which I'm happy to do sometimes, or you can book a free call with me, go to my Discord community, you can book a 15-minute free call with me. Or if you want to do Cogito, you can book a free call with me, things like that. Anyway, there's lots of ways to book free calls with me. I said to this person, you know what, I'll do an hour with you if you want. I can run you through a few little tricks and stuff that I do. Anyway, so that was again that person there. I said, I'm not. I just don't think it's right. Basically, I can't take someone's money when we're at the same level. Basically, now if they were doing something totally different on Amazon, they were coming from private label, and they were like, oh, I want to move into online arbitrage, then sure, in that case I could do, but they were kind of already doing what I was doing. So I said, you know what, again, I wouldn't feel comfortable personally. Well, I think I could give really good value, and I think it would be worth money. It just wouldn't, I wouldn't be comfortable. I don't think they'd necessarily, I also need to make sure people are going to feel like they're going to get a good outcome out of it, and although they would, the whole mentorship program wasn't right for them. I think an hour or 2 call was. And then finally, the third person essentially came down to the fact that it just wasn't, it was, again, quite new to Amazon. Actually, no, I've been doing Amazon a few years, made a few mistakes. This is the third person. And I'll be honest with you, just didn't have enough money. Just only had like £1,000 in the business. And again, another reason I want to do these calls is because I don't want to break you. I'll be honest, the mentoring program is expensive. I am thinking of introducing another layer, which is going to be a bit more affordable, which would just be the course. So you get access to the course without the mentoring, or maybe you get like an hour. I'm not sure. Anyway, this needs to be decided anyway. But basically, and again, why I want to do discovery calls is because I will need to understand where you are in Amazon, what is your financial position, because I'm not going to take half your money or all your money on a mentorship program and leave you with nothing in your business. I'm just not going to do that. So, I am passing up on a lot of money here, to be fair. I could probably convince people to do this stuff, but I don't want to financially hurt someone. So let's just say, for example, the mentorship program is £3,000 or £5,000, whatever it is, or £10,000. And you've only got 3,000, 5,000, 10,000 money in your business. I'm not going to take all your money because you won't be able to have a business then. Or, I'm not going to take 50% or 70% of your money. So I'm not saying how much the program is. I'm just giving as examples there. So, there's and in this case, that guy super nice guy. Just didn't have the money for it, unfortunately, and just wouldn't have been right for the program. So, it is what it is. So those are kind of just to kind of give you an example, and maybe those people will comment below and say, yeah, that was me, or I was one of those people, and whatever, but yeah. Anyway, so that's the whole kind of mentorship program thing, and some very exciting news coming around that. So if you want to book a discovery call with me, you can go link in description, and we can kind of book that in. The mentoring won't begin right away. I think it's probably going to be a few weeks away before I'm ready to kind of start it. But book that call in with me. We can have a discussion. We can decide if it's the right fit, if everything's correct for you, and we can go from there essentially. So, yeah. But yeah, super exciting for me anyway to kind of launch this program, the mentoring program. I'm really excited to get started with people and help them grow their business. And it's going to be. I'm super stoked. Basically, it's super exciting. It's just I just hope Amazon gets a little bit easier, or there's a small few changes around ungating, because it is a bit of a pain right now. I'm not going to lie. Like I say, I'm still very positive on Amazon, but it is testing my limits a little bit at times. So, and hopefully there's some exciting news coming around that as well in the future as well. So, Amazon is just such a fantastic business overall, but it's just, you have to realize, like anything you do in life has pros and cons. There's nothing that's ever a smooth path that is always positive. Amazon is a great platform. You can make lots of money on there. You've got access to a huge number of customers on there. And it's not just a huge number of customers, it's a huge number of customers that spend premium money on items. Essentially, Amazon customers overpay for items because they're paying on Prime. They don't necessarily shop around. And and that's fantastic. On the downside, though, you are on the Amazon platform. They're in charge. They set the rules. You have no control over it, and that's kind of the downside of that one. So you have the pros and the cons of it all. That's pretty much how it goes. Essentially, it's the same with any platform that you run on. So, and one of the things I also think about as well is it is trying Amazon in the USA, just kind of a bit of a side sort of thing here. I know Amazon USA is kind of an insane marketplace. There's a lot of, I've had a few people actually reach out to me asking, do I do Amazon USA? And right now I don't. It's kind of weird how a few people kind of mention it in such a short period. And I said, you know what? I know a lot about Amazon USA. Yes, it's a fantastic market. It's like 5 or 6 times bigger than the UK. In terms of the population. I think the marketplace is 10 or 20 times bigger than the UK in terms of what people are buying from Amazon. But obviously there are downsides to the USA as well. And this is all coming from what I've heard from people and things read and things like that. I don't know. Don't have any practical experience myself, but things are more expensive in America. They're slower. So while you are making more money per item, prep cost a fortune. Lead times are way longer, shipping times take longer, prep time takes longer, check-in times take longer. But once it's into Amazon, the velocity is through the roof. But anyway, it's just kind of an interesting little side. It's something I think about, to be fair, kind of doing at USA at some point. But I'll focus on that later on. There's so many more avenues of Amazon that you can do. I pretty much teach online arbitrage, Amazon to Amazon, Cogita. You guys know I do Cogita, which is kind of I consider Cogita online arbitrage for the most part, although technically it is a wholesale. It's a bit of a hybrid between wholesale and online arbitrage, which is probably why I kind of like it, to be fair, because of online arbitrage. I wouldn't say expert, but I know what I'm doing with online arbitrage. Let's put it like that. So, that's why I like Cogita. And by the way, if you are interested in doing Cogita, check out link in description. You can get £120 off your first order. I think it's £100 now off your first order with the code FBA Mogul. Again, that code and link is in the description. If you want to check out Cogita, it's a fantastic platform. Over 600 wholesalers all over Europe now, and you can get. And it's fantastic for Q4, by the way, as well. Q4, guys, it's going to be absolutely crazy. That's where I'm going to be spending all my time and effort sourcing. So I'm going to be spending all my money. It's pretty much on Cogita. Perfumes, aftershaves, gift sets, all the beauty items as well. They all do so well for Christmas. So that's where I'm going to be focusing my efforts. And again, if you want to give it a go, if you want to book a call with me, you can book a free 30-minute call with me. It's a Cogita call. I can help you get set up with Cogita. You can ask me any questions that you want. I can give you some sourcing tips when it comes to Cogita. You've got that link in the description as well. So if you want that, definitely go ahead and do that. say it's not just going to be Cogito. You can ask me anything if you want, but it's obviously primarily Cogito, so we can talk about that. But if you've got any other Amazon questions as well, I'll be happy to help you. But yeah, book that call and say get your code, get signed up, use the code FBA Mogul, get yourself some free credit. I can help you find your first lead. I can also give you that free 30-minute call as well. It's going to help you get set up. So yeah, and also just worth mentioning as well, because honestly, there's not many people that have entered this. I don't know if any that don't know, I'm giving away a MacBook. Every year I give away a MacBook. Again, link to enter this is in the description. There's only about 50 people that have entered so far, so you've got like a 1 in 50 chance, essentially, depending on how you do the entries, of winning a MacBook. So it's a MacBook Air M4. The draw is just before Christmas, so you'll be there in time for Christmas for you. Maybe I'll even wrap it for you, and as a Christmas present. And yeah, enter that. And there's various ways to enter. And do that. If you do an order on Cogito, you get loads more entries. If you buy OA Hero, which is my Chrome extension, you get extra entries. And there's loads of other ways. By watching these vlogs, you get extra entries, things like that. So there's loads of ways to enter. And honestly, guys, there's very few people that have actually entered, because I've not been actually pushing it that hard. So potentially it's quite a good thing, because only the hardcore people that really kind of always watch me and know about this kind of thing have entered, and it's kind of good. So yeah, but get entering, guys. As I said, there's a good opportunity. And but it's not just a MacBook. I'm giving away a pair of AirPods, also giving away a £100 Amazon voucher. So there's 3 prizes. But yeah, get entering into that, guys. Right, I'm going to leave the vlog there. Before I go, please comment in the description, what is the biggest pain point you have right now in Amazon? Let me know what the biggest pain point is in Amazon. What is holding you back in your Amazon business? What is the thing that's hurting you the most? What is the thing that you need, not very good at, that you need to improve? Is it admin? Is admin a big pain point in your business? Is it sourcing? Is that a big pain point in your thing? Is it, I guess it's related to admin, organization and tracking your purchases? Is it ungating? Let me know in the description, please, what your biggest pain point in Amazon is right now. I'd massively appreciate it. It can help me for my next video. It's going to help me with video ideas and things like that, and what I can do next. I obviously wanted to give 100% pure value to you guys. I want to help you guys as much as possible. I need to get back to making better videos. So this is going to help guide my next video. Let me know what your biggest pain point is in Amazon, and obviously what and from there on, if there's 4 or 5 pain points, maybe I'll make 4 or 5 videos. But yeah, let me know in the description, guys. Thanks very much for watching. Again, I do appreciate you guys checking the vlogs out. You guys are absolutely awesome. I do appreciate it. Again, anything I've mentioned in this video, whether it's the mentorship, whether it's Cogito, whether it's the giveaway, all that kind of stuff, all the links are in the description, so go check those out. Leave me the comment on what your biggest pain point is, and obviously if you can give me a like as well and things like that, I massively appreciate it. And I'll see you guys in the next one. And also worth mentioning, by the way, as well, every Monday and Wednesday 8 PM I'm always on YouTube doing live calls. So if you want to come and hang out, if you're new or existing viewer, you want to come hang out, if you want to ask any questions about Amazon, so it's totally free. I'll be on YouTube. You can come on there, ask any questions you want. I'll do my best to answer them for you. And yeah, and come and do that. Awesome, guys. Thanks very much, and I'll see you in the next one.